Alright, so on today's episode of Ask Nico, what is your best advice for someone who hears the call to leave the system but is still afraid to leave the job, the money, maybe the family? I feel the call to follow my soul's path, but I feel I cannot drop everything and everyone and leave. Alright, so I'm gonna be very practical here. There's gonna be discomfort, whatever you choose to do. If you want to leave the system, which I'm assuming means to quit your job and do something that your family probably judges and will pay you less, at least in the short term, that's going to be very difficult and uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of tension. There's going to be a lot of frustration, a lot of confusion perhaps, especially if there's nobody guiding you. On the other hand, staying the same means that you're not following the path that you feel your soul is calling you into. So first, accept that there's going to be discomfort no matter what. Because if you want a solution where you're guaranteed the best of the best with your discomfort, you're just deluded. It's never going to happen. And you're going to judge yourself for what you do or what you don't do. So number one, there's discomfort at both ends of the equation. Now, just choose what discomfort is worth it. Okay. Number two, following your soul's path. For everybody it looks different. I could tell you what worked for me, but it may not work for you. For me, I have realized that quite often, especially in the past, life will set my life on fire, so I will make changes. This looked as in the ending of really beautiful relationships, and then suddenly they collapsed into a lot of ugliness and pain, and then I didn't know who I was, and I had to change. I had to quit things. It would look like my businesses dying and being things happening where overnight I had to change careers or I had to choose something else to do for income. And that for me had been the way in which I functioned. High risk, strong intensity, also high speed of change and transformation. It's not the only way. There are people for whom risk is something that is a lot harder to manage. So therefore they start making 1, 2, 3 hours every day after work to do the thing they love. And to start until they start earning a little bit of money, just enough so they can quit the other thing and dive fully into this. I won't tell you like the self-help gurus that quit your job, travel the world, and no. Everyone's risk aversion is different. Maybe you need a slower transition if it makes sense to you. However, I'm willing to bet this. I'm willing to bet that your soul's path or that other thing that you want to do, that you're not even putting 2 hours per day on it. Most of the people that ask this question are thinking that if they had the time, they will be doing something else, and it's not true. Because if that something else is calling you in a deep and profound way, you will find ways to do it, no matter what. I found ways to do what I loved after tattooing for 12 hours and back in the day, like working 15-hour days and then being exhausted, not having had food, and then I will still sit down and write and get on a call and coach somebody and try to create content and spend a few hours trying to do work that felt meaningful. At the same time, I had times when I thought if I only had more time, I would be doing so much more. And suddenly I had more time and I was watching movies and wasting my money on things, experiences, activities that were not useful. So your soul's path is not something that's going to happen when or if. It's something that you can already tap into right now. And I'm assuming that by soul's path you mean the work that you want to do, because your soul's journey is everywhere. The spiritual journey is not about what you do, but how you do it. And that's the most important thing. You can still do the job that you do right now with the utmost love, devotion, dedication. That's going to free your soul. You can do the thing that you love, that you think is going to change things for you, with jaded, without interest, without being present. And you're just trading different workplaces. And about your family, I get it, not all families are supportive, but it's your life and they can complain. Let them complain. Let your joy be the way in which you prove them wrong. Let your aliveness be the way in which you show them that you made the right decision. Because they don't know. Nobody knows you better than you. So never ever delay what is important for you because of others' opinions, because of money, and figure out how much risk are you willing to take. Are you willing to take a profound leap of faith and quit things and start anew? Or are you okay with a middle ground? Do you have the discipline to manage both things as you can transition? And understand that whatever path you choose, the discomfort is going to be present. So if you're doing, or if you want to follow something else in hopes that it will not be uncomfortable, I'm here to tell you that you will be surprised and disappointed when you find out that doing the thing that you love requires the same amount of tension, stress, challenge that whatever you're doing right now. Because the quality of our mind comes from within. And the environment sometimes helps, but very little. I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, you know there's a link where you can ask me anything. I'm going to post it in the comments. Or if you're watching this on Instagram, it's on my bio. Hope you're having a beautiful day.